Looks like we're live. What's up, y'all? It's Brian with the Unstuck Sessions. It's been a while. Um, if you read the title, this is me basically kind of testing the capabilities of my live streaming right now in my new space. This is my new studio, this is my new office or whatnot. It's taken a while to get to this point where I could actually do something. I had a lot of stuff with the internet and other things going on. And so it's really just me making sure that I can do my live stream effectively. And I don't want to half step and bring you anything that isn't up to the quality that I really had before going. I had a good routine going. And so on today's episode, I'm going to give you a quick update about where we're at with the live stream and the Unstuck Sessions podcast, um, and what I'm thinking about in terms of pivoting with I sell words and a couple of other things. I don't have a heck of a whole lot of time, and I'm kind of doing this unscripted today. Normally, I have my script in front of me, but coming off the cuff with this. If you have any business or marketing questions, or just want to give me a shout out, you guys can always hit me up in the comments. So what I'm going to do, I haven't done this in such a long time. I'm going ahead and roll the intro, and then I'll get back to you after that. All right, so we're back. Where have I been with this live stream? For a while, when I was operating in my own studio space. I would come in and try to drop it on Tuesday afternoons, and that was really my pattern. And when you have ADHD, routines and patterns almost be and rituals in terms of getting work done become necessities for you to get the work done. It's very hard to pivot off of that, and so I've been kind of in this weird state of chaos um, since changing locations. And so a lot of that has been the way that it's translated is me obsessing about trying to get everything right to the most minute detail and things along those lines. And so when you are an ADHD business owner, routines mean everything. And so when that routine is upset, everything else can kind of spiral. And so this is me getting my footing back. And so that's why I put this down as a test. This is a live stream test right now. Um, this is still going to be the format. I'm still going to do the live stream and break it down to a podcast, then chunk it up into video sections. I do need topics, different marketing topics. If you want to know about landing pages, I can do one about that. If you want to know how to write Facebook ads, I can do one about that. Email marketing, things along those lines. I can help out with a lot of that stuff, but the audience participation piece is going to be a bigger chunk of this moving forward, because the other pivot is I want to really transition ISO words as a marketing agency. I want to convert it over to kind of a digital agency where I create short form content that teaches people how to do different aspects of marketing and also how to think about their business a little bit differently. Because I think that's my happier place. And so I'm trying to build that out. And so the audience participation helps out a lot. Any way I can help y'all helps me out. So if you have any topics that you want me to cover regarding digital marketing, how to present your business on social media, whether what you should do on social media as a business to get started, I can answer a lot of those questions. So hit me up in the comments and let me know if that's something you're interested in. So I've had a lot on my plate with ISO words. I've still been taking on clients. The work has slowed down considerably. A lot of my stuff with Coach Mo Athletics has been really beefed up because we got our training facility, and that's where I'm sitting in right now, sitting in my office in our training facility. And so I've been pretty heavily focused on CMA and doing, still taking clients, still servicing clients with ISL words, but the lion's share of my time's gone to CMA. And I'm saying all that to say this. If you're a business owner, pick one business at a time. It's easier to hit one target than it is two with the same gun. And so, because right now I'm splitting the difference between the two, and I wouldn't substitute or change anything about it. But, you know, the focus thing has been the thing that's kind of hamstrung me with the business ventures, because I have to split my attention between two different businesses. And like I said, I ain't changing anything about it. I wouldn't have it any other way. But for business owners that are coming along behind me, or people that want to jump into this business world, focus on one target, focus on one market first. Make your message, perfect that message, nail your message, get really masterful, bringing in the people that you want to bring in and pushing away the people that you don't necessarily serve, and then start adding components to it. Trying to run two businesses at the same time is a challenge, and it's not something that you want to jump into doing with your first business. So pick one and stay with that piece of it. That's kind of a lesson for me, but like I said, I wouldn't really change how I operate, to be honest with you. It's just, it's a lot. And so the times when I'm not thinking about SL word stuff, I'm thinking about CMA stuff and vice versa. And so, and it doesn't leave a lot of time on the fringes for other activities. Um, Hopefully, as we start expanding, I can start hiring out for things that, take a little bit off my workload, or off my plate, so I can focus on this. Now, the lessons that I've learned besides the focus piece. It's okay if you are invested in something or you're doing something and it doesn't connect with what you want to do. It is okay to figure out a way to put that down and move on to something else and pivot. Um, like I said, I've been trying to do that with I Sell Words and figure out what I want to pivot into for a while now. For a while, I wanted to just have my marketing agency, and that was everything I did. And then I decided that I'm more comfortable with podcasting and YouTubing and stuff along those lines. And that became the passion for me, and that became what I wanted to do. And I was in this weird thing where I'm fighting against, well, you have to maintain the marketing agency, but this other side is where you really want to be. But you can't fully pursue this one side until you do it. And so I was kind of caught in between the two things. And a lot of it was like interpersonal stuff. If I move on from this aspect of my business, I feel like I'm failing a commitment I made to myself, and a lot of other head stuff that goes on with it. And I finally got to the point where I said, the thing that's going to make me happy is teaching as many people the hard lessons I've learned about business and marketing. Um, and the way I can teach the most people is to just share my story online. And so that's what I decided, and that's what I want to lean into. And so I Sell Words is still going to be servicing marketing clients. I'm still going to be taking on marketing clients and helping people out in the real world. But I do want to build a community online where we nurture business owners and bring them along and teach them the aspects of doing business and marketing, and making it so that it's not this scary thing that because that's what it is. When somebody sits down and talks to you about marketing, a lot of times it's a lot, people's eyes kind of roll back, glaze over and stuff, and it feels like it's all this super complicated stuff that you have to do, and all these super complicated things that you have to learn. And it's really not that. Marketing is really creating. Basically, it's giving your business an identity that draws in the market that you want to pursue. And there's 1,000 different ways to do it. There is no right or wrong avenue to do marketing. And a lot of people get caught up in, the trends and fads. Right now, the question I'm answering a lot is, what's going on with TikTok? Is it safe to have my business on TikTok? And I don't know. There's a lot of business owners that are kind of panicking right now because what's happening in TikTok is the new boogeyman. And there's some valid concerns about security and safety and things along those lines, but there's also other aspects that are at play that most people aren't really looking out for, in terms of is this the social media companies, are there lobbyists trying to take down a rival, which there's part of that that's going on. And at the end of the day, what it boils down to for business owners is, will this thing survive? I don't know. I doubt that, because it could set a very ugly precedent if um, every company that's not owned by somebody in the United States can't do business in the United States. That's not a precedent that they necessarily want to set. Um, TikTok does have some security concerns, and we're not going to sugarcoat that. But is it enough to outright ban it? And where is that constitutional to do such? And so there are different layers to it. As from a business owner standpoint, the best advice I can give somebody who's worried about TikTok is you need to diversify, and you need to diversify fast. Um, I know that it's not ideal. And I know a lot of times, if you learn the ropes of one social media platform, it's not always easy to adapt to others. But look for adjacent social media platforms that have adjacent features. Um, you know, Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts are also built for short form content. And it doesn't hurt to start exploring those channels. If you were really levered and tied to TikTok, um, I would start putting out a message and start getting yourself established on other platforms and letting your audience know where to find you in case one day we log on to TikTok and it ain't there no more. Because um, we don't know what's going to happen. And I think it's kind of they're putting a squeeze play on to see if TikTok will sell, it basically sell to an American and be um, managed by an American company that is beholden to laws about data and all kinds of other stuff in America. Now, here's the rub. All of these social media platforms are harvesting your data. All of them. They wouldn't exist if they couldn't access your data and sell it. That's their business model. That's tough right there, ain't it? Facebook is Facebook has built a profile about you based on what you like and what you don't like and what you interact with and what you don't interact with and who's in your circle and how old they are and where they live. And it's built an entire profile about you, and they sell that profile to people that aggregate that data and then sell it to other companies that are doing market research so that they can so they can better sell products to you. That's the game. All of the social media platforms are doing it. It's not just TikTok. The only reason that TikTok is I'm not going to say the only reason, but TikTok is kind of the boogeyman because the company isn't necessarily tied to America, even though it kind of is, and not necessarily. And so, but if you're saying that, well, TikTok is selling your data, well, Facebook's selling your data, Google's selling your data, Google owns YouTube, they're selling your data, Amazon spying on you, they're selling your Ring data. Every doorbell company, all these all these doorbell companies with video cameras are essentially selling those videos and giving them to the local police departments and stuff. The forms they have you sign to give permission is just academic. I mean, they've been doing that for years. And so the idea that these one company is more insidious than the other one is ridiculous. I've said it 1,000 times on this platform. The only reason that Facebook bought Instagram, it wasn't because Instagram was like this amazing world-changing platform. It's because Instagram had a huge user base, and in order to sign up for Instagram, you have to have an email account. So they bought all those email accounts, and they have all those people's data, so they can sell them stuff and add it to their pool of potential people to advertise to. So when they sell ads, they can charge a little bit more for them because the reach is a little bit better. All of them do it. So it's pretty much picking your poison. The reality is, I hate to get all doomsday prepper on y'all, but the amount of surveillance that we are under on a constant basis, being connected and wired to everything, it will blow your mind. The smart TV is listening to you. The smart speaker you have in your house is paying attention to you. Your phone, you carry around a tracking device in your pocket every single day. A lot of this stuff, it's constant surveillance. And there's always some company that's looking to learn more about you. And more times than not, it's just so they can sell you more stuff or so that they can charge people to advertise on their platform. But I think the thing they're saying is uh, TikTok is doing something different. I don't know. All I'm saying is diversify. Start finding your exit ramp. So if you're on TikTok now and you have a business on TikTok, I would strongly consider moving some of your content over to YouTube. You know, and it's the same concept, man. Look, when Twitch started changing the game and playing with people's money, the exit ramp was YouTube for a lot of people because Twitch was being funny with the money and deciding how much streamers, they were cutting streamer shares and all this other stuff and getting funny with it. And so people used YouTube as an off ramp. And so figure out what your next move is. The most important takeaway from all of this is you need to have all these people on your mailing list that you own, that you need to have a mailing list. You need to find a way to get people to give you their email addresses to put them on their mailing list so that you can maintain contact with your clients if your social media platform ever disappears. You know, well, a while ago, was it 2012, 2011? People thought Vine was long for this world, man. Vine disappeared overnight. That joint was gone. For whatever reason, MySpace is still out here, just holding strong. I don't know what they do over on MySpace anymore. I don't know what I would do on MySpace, but it's still there. Black Planet is still out there, just doing stuff, bro, just existing. I don't know what I would even do on. I don't even remember what I did on Black Planet when I was active on. But these places still exist. TikTok is a unique beast. If the U.S. bans it, you didn't hear from me that you could just get probably a VPN and access it if you really, really, really wanted to see dog and cat videos, or people dancing to popular music. You probably could just get a VPN and still look at it. I don't know. You didn't hear it from me, but um, a lot of these platforms, if they own your audience, and the name of the game is to you own your audience. You want to own your own traffic. Russell Brunson put that over in I think it was .com secrets, but it's the truth. You want to own your own traffic. You don't want some middleman being able to give or take away access to your audience and your followers. Here's another thing that I learned. Well, I've known this, but I've been kind of figuring out how to share it with y'all. For those of y'all that are active on social media and post stuff on social media, you know that when you share stuff on social media, all of your followers don't see it. Most of your followers do not see it. What Facebook does is it takes a small sampling of the people that follow you and shows it to them and sees how they interact with it. And if they interact with it in a way that's agreeable to Facebook, then Facebook shares it to a bigger audience of your followers. And that's how it goes. So a lot of times when you post social stuff on social media, and specifically for business owners, you get disappointed when people aren't reacting to your stuff. And it's just because Facebook hasn't shown it to everybody in your audience. It doesn't show it to all the people that would be interested. It doesn't. It just doesn't. It just shows it to a sample of it. So it might show it to 3 or 4% of the people that follow you. And I don't have the precise numbers for the analytics, but it's a super small sample size of people that they actually show that information to. So how do you defeat that? If you got something that you want people to show up to, and I'm not always the best with it, but if you got something that you want people to show up to or participate in, you got to keep posting it consistently so that your audience always sees it, because your entire audience is ridiculous. Also considering the fact that for a lot of social media companies, selling ads is part of their profit model. And so it wouldn't make sense to show everybody who's on your list what you post. It's ridiculous and it's really cynical, because you would think if I follow you, I should see what you're doing. Then if you're sharing it, your family would probably want to see pictures of your children. Like your friends and family might want to see what you're up to. But social media does not make that assumption. And one of the reasons why they don't make that assumption is because they make money selling ads. And so for those that aren't hip to the game, Facebook ads are literally just boosted posts. And if you really want to get into the weeds of it, because I know the back end of Facebook ads and how to tweak and optimize and create all kinds of different outcomes of Facebook ads, but it always starts out for me as a boosted post. And if I need a little bit more, then I go into the back end and actually construct the ad and build it all the way out. But they want you to pay to reach your audience. And the emphasis on them charging for you to pay to reach your audience is not rewarding to you or me as somebody who's logging on to share pictures of share pictures of me doing something awesome. It doesn't incentivize me to come on here and want to share stuff. My boy Dell was talking about that in one of his posts. It doesn't really the model doesn't incentivize you to post anything because it doesn't show it to anybody. Because they want you to pay. But why should I pay to send stuff to people that I know or people that choose to follow me? That doesn't make it doesn't track. We're seeing it in real time as huge parts of Twitter. Listen, it's mama named the Twitter. I'm gonna call him Twitter. Huge parts of Twitter are becoming kind of non-functional, and the site breaks every couple of weeks. You're starting to see how this really pans out in terms of who's viewing what. Because in order to actually have reach and have people see your stuff consistently, either you must have a huge audience on Twitter or you have to pay for one of them blue check marks so it can show it to more people. The name of the game is you're paying to be seen for exposure. And I think we're going to reach a tipping point with social media where platforms are strictly pay to play. And your content gets no eyeballs on it unless you're putting money into the machine. So that's interesting. So anyway, I went off on my tangent about social media. I went on my tangent about what to do with TikTok. If you missed it, if you're on TikTok and your business requires TikTok to run, it's time probably to start looking for alternatives that are adjacent to TikTok in terms of like YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or Instagram/Facebook Reels or Snapchat or whatever. But it's time to start building your audience and having an escape platform. And also, while you're doing that, make sure that you end up setting up a way for you to capture email addresses and have your own contacts list of clients that have done business with you, because you're going to want to hold on to those, because if TikTok goes away, you don't want your ability to reach your clients to disappear either. Let's just keep it honest. And so, that's the pivot. That's how you adjust to things. Like I said, I'm back after a while. It's been a while, so I'm still trying to get back into the form of live streaming. Here's one of the strange things when you start doing this and start creating content, your vocal cords and your voice, you have to almost recondition your voice to talk consistently. And so, because right now I got this scheduled, I got another podcast I'm going to be shooting, and then another one that's just for me, on my Black Nerd channel that I need to start building up. And so I'm trying to get my voice accustomed to talking so much into a microphone, into the camera. The weird things you don't really know about the content creation game. So the call to action is this. I'm looking for content to discuss regarding different marketing tactics or questions that you guys have about marketing small businesses on social media. The comments are open. Drop them in the comments and hit me up. You can also hit me up at mail@isellwords.net. That's my email. And that's how you can reach out to me if you want to have questions on the air or anything like that. I'm going to be looking for guests for the Unstuck sessions. The Unstuck sessions is this, but the podcast is talking to myself and other business owners, talking about the issues that have you stuck as a business owner, whether it's a personal development thing or it's a business thing. We're sitting down and talking about it. I'm trying to plan out an Unstuck sessions with another business owner that I know that has ADHD, and talking about the unique challenges that that creates. And so that's what I got coming up. Um, What's the business is going to be coming back, and that's where I interview business owners just to talk about the history and get their hero's journey of their business and maybe learn a little bit about them. That one's going to be more of a quarterly thing. The Unstuck sessions, I really want to do something every month to get started. And so, if you're interested in being on the Unstuck sessions to talk about, where you're stuck, and maybe I can help you out, um, you can always reach out to me at mail@ISLWords. Let me go ahead and put that up there. Mail@ISLWords.net. Schedule a time to sit down and talk with me, and maybe we can bring you on the Unstuck sessions and we can talk in real time about how we can even talk about how you've gotten yourself unstuck from a place where you were hung up. But the idea of being stuck in business and in life is there's a point where you just can't get past, and you need a little bit of guidance to get you moving on to the next stop down the road. And so that's what that is. Like I said, I'm back. Uh, this is the live stream. I'll probably be doing this as a mini podcast to update everybody about where I've been and what I've been doing. For those that are tuning in late, this is my new space. And I've been trying to move everything in here, and my perfectionism grabbed a hold of me. And it's been a challenge because not everything is exactly the right way. And I can't worry about everything being exactly right when I got ideas that need to be tested and things that need to be done. I can't worry about everything being perfect, because if you're so focused on everything being perfect, then you never execute a damn thing. And so I'm trying to execute the damn thing and, get stuff done. So that's what I got. I'll be back next Tuesday. Well, shoot, I think I got a recording. So hopefully next Tuesday, I might come out in the morning and record something. And, just so I can get back in the habit of doing this. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. Again, my name is Brian with Unstuck Sessions. I'm here to help you get unstuck and get your business moving forward. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.